Paul here. I'm coming with you with the first retro video review for outdoor videos. The first video that I'm going to be reviewing is Down for the Count.
He's down.
Down for the count. Down for the count. That 90 pounds, put him down for the count.
This is a film from 1989. It's on VHS. I can't seem to find this anywhere on the DVD or a digital format or anything like this. So at least just for me, looking over the years, that this is a pretty rare video. But I wanted to share this with you as the first video in my series of outdoor reviewing, because I watched the hell out of this video when I was younger. It's just a great video. Like I said, it has Dan Fitzgerald and Bob Foulkrod. They starred in it, and the amazing thing about these early hunting videos is just imagine the cameras that they had. Like, we have the smaller cameras, they don't weigh anything, these GoPros, small handheld mini cameras and things like this. These guys were toting giant cameras on their shoulders, going up in trees. A lot of them ran on tape. They're just huge and cumbersome, and it's amazing some of the footage that these guys were getting back in the 80s. Like I said, this is 1989. This is not Fitzgerald's first video, but in my opinion, it's one of the best. And like I said, it's one that I grew up with, and it's special to me. So this is my channel, so I'm going to talk about it. It was exciting for me just when the intro to this video came on. When this intro came on and the music started playing, I was just pumped up. I was pumped, ready to go hunting. I was pumped just to get out. So take a look at this, and I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Dan Fitzgerald and Bob Foulkrod, the bow hunters you will follow throughout this video, are highly qualified, as they have spanned the globe in search of trophy big game. With bow and arrow, they have taken many record book qualifiers, along with numerous world records. They are both professional bow hunters, as well as working every possible day of the season to produce the high-quality hunting videos such as you will see in this video. Dan Fitzgerald has produced some of the nation's leading hunting videos. He also writes the theme songs and melodies.
Okay, so like I said, the cool thing to me about like this video is that, this was 1989. I believe I was about 12 when it came out. So I was pretty young. I'm 43 now, so you can do the math and see. But these guys that were hunting, they reminded me of like my dad and his friends when they were hunting, when they were at camp. They seemed to me just like average guys. They had I can remember my dad having some of the same shirts and some of the same equipment, things like that, and they were just out there hunting. They didn't have bucks named Goliath and hit lists and all this stuff. To me, it's like times were simpler then. They're shooting the big aluminum arrows, and and they were killing deer. They weren't always out hunting trophy deer. They weren't shooting the big bucks. But don't get me wrong. Fitzgerald and these young pioneers, they put down some big deer. But they would hunt does, they would hunt smaller bucks, and it was just about getting good quality film. And I think we've lost some of that today in today's hunting videos. But Something else that they would do is, like, if they were out and there was an opportunity, like, or at least in this video, he would take it. There's a stalk in this video that Dan does, and it's one of the most memorable hunts that I can remember being on film, where he's on the ground, sets up on this deer, and there's a pass-through shot from the other side with the camera. At that time, to me, that was the coolest thing I'd seen, and that was something that didn't, that didn't happen very often. In fact, this is the first time I can remember seeing a pass-through shot from the other angle. So take a look at this, and maybe you'll see what I'm talking about and appreciate it.
While deciding a setup for an afternoon hunt, Dan spots moving deer in the distance.
Blowing this way. If he wins me, we're just forget it. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna get right on the side of the ridge.
Knowing where the does usually feed, Dan uses the wind to stalk into position to cut off the trailing buck. The camera remains 100 yards behind. Dan, now in position, awaits the trailing buck, realizing that if this is not a successful attempt, he has the whole season ahead. Patience and experience pays off.
I can remember watching this video, in my living room with my dad. I don't know how many times we watched it. We must have watched it 100 times. And my whole family would watch it. And we took them to hunting camp, and we'd watch them at hunting camp. And I remember one year my dad bought everybody, we all had, we called these Fitzgerald killing hats. I mean, it wasn't an official Fitzgerald brand, but it was similar to the ones that he used to wear. And and he bought everybody for Christmas one year killing hats, Fitzgerald killing hats. It's just it brings back a lot of memories for me. And but the video in itself is just great. There's some good kills, and you learned. I mean, these videos back then, they would give you tips. They would give you pointers, and this is before YouTube. This is before the internet. And you would learn to hunt by what these guys were telling you to do. And they, of course, my dad taught me about everything in hunting, but they would bring up things about scrapes and rubs and things like that the novice hunter could pick up and use that. So that was something that some of these early videos would use too, was just education. So got a lot of that.
I'm running down through here. They walked right through that little lane when we just came in, right there. You came out right here too. And scraping under the tree.
Dan spends many hours scouting to assure the most success possible. He has been familiar with scrapes for many years. This is the type of setup Dan looks for when setting a stand.
Check it out. It's been hitting these branches. Fresh tracks in a scrape. It's been raining all morning.
A fresh licking branch above a scrape and fresh tracks in the scrape might very well put a buck in front of the camera.
Another thing that I enjoyed on this video and several of the Fitzgerald videos was the life outside of the hunt. I mean, these guys had your average vehicles. They were using bait. They would they would be grilling stuff up on their $30 stove in the back of their truck and what they killed that day, the camp life, things like that. And it was, it was cool, especially, I'm talking about late 80s, seeing this. And it's like every video was an adventure, especially if you're a kid and you dream about hunting, hunting and the outdoors and doing these things. It's when these guys you would see it doing it, you're like, man, I can't wait until I'm old enough to drive and hunt and get out there and go on these adventures. And and it seemed to me like all the hunts was an adventure.
Can you believe it? No problem. I'll tell you what, I can't wait to get back here next year to do two things. To hunt this again and then bring this Argo back down that river. I'll tell you what, that discourages a lot of bow hunters, having to swim that ice water to go over there. That's where it's at though, back there, ain't it? Oh, man. Bucks all over, but I'll tell you what.
The cutting up. There's cutting up between him and Foulkrod in this video. You look at it today and you're like, whoa. But I'll take a look at this clip, and these guys would cut up and have fun, and it just wasn't all about killing trophy bucks. It was just about out there hunting and having a good time. So take a look at this.
Often used successfully by bow hunters. Dan and Bob use bait piles to bring deer to specific spots before the camera. They will return to hunt this site in 2 or 3 days.
This is my deer call. Does it go like this? That's how you call them. Or does it go like this? That's the corniest deer call I've ever seen. This is what I call a bait pile. Yeah, this is... what do you think the shot will be in here? I'll tell you what. I'll bet them deer come right up and eat out of this bait pile. Well, I hope they can distinguish which one's the carrot. I can't call if it'll mess up the hunt. I'm gonna attempt this. Watch this now. I'm gonna be... He'll never know I'm in here because he's not afraid. No, you look where your bow is. Yeah. When the deer comes in, I'll give you the signal, and you just have to do it fast before he gets away. Okay. Here he comes.
That I remember about this video growing up was it seemed like the whole season was caught on video. They started out, the weather wasn't bad. By the end of the video, they're hunting in the snow. It's freezing cold. If you just take a look at some of the equipment these guys had then. The clothes weren't the best for the weather in those times. Their tree stands. I'll let you see here in a minute. The tree stands, their gloves, but these guys are out here getting it still. And it, sometimes I think that, I've spoiled myself with some of the equipment that I had. But then I look back at these guys, and like when my dad was coming up hunting, these guys were out in it and the elements, but they were still out there getting at it, and it's fun to watch some of the old technology and stuff. So I'll let you take a look here, and you take a look at some of this this scene here. They're in the winter. Fitzgerald can't even hunt because he's had pneumonia, but he's still out there rattling for Bob, trying to increase their chances. And I just thought it was neat.
A bow hunt on days like this, you have to be hungry for a kill shot, to say the least. Dan has a good idea where the deer will come from, as he hopes he has positioned Bob for the best opportunity. recuperating from pneumonia will attempt to rattle in a buck. These hunters will try numerous methods to coax that buck within bow range. Bob is concerned about accuracy, as he picks out best possible distances for a shot, should it be presented. Pay close attention to where the arrow enters the deer. A perfect heart shot. From high elevation, exits low on the deer.
Okay, guys. So, I mean, this video, like I said, it's my first review on some outdoor videos that you know, I think that some of this stuff's become lost in today's technology and all the access that people have to hunting videos and hunting on YouTube and the internet, things like that. But if you have a chance and you find this video out in the wild, I definitely recommend picking it up. Like I said, if you find it on DVD, you know, it's a unicorn. I have not seen it. I've looked for it, but I do have it on
Anyway,
VHS.
if you can
Find it, grab it. I recommend you check it out. You know, especially guys my age. If you're bow hunting at my age and you've grown up bow hunting, then I'm sure you know all about Dan Fitzgerald, and I'm sure you've saw this video. I mean, and today Dan Fitzgerald's still hunting. Him and his son Guy, which I've watched them grow up, you know, doing videos. They still have they have their own website, and you know, they're still doing their own things. But to me, this is one of the pinnacles of outdoor video, and I think if you ever have a chance to watch it, I recommend you checking it out. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Like I said, definitely try to check this out. Down for the Count, Dan Fitzgerald, 1989. And as always, guys, stay safe, and I'll see you on the next video. Thank you.
Got a pretty coffee pot. Is this the day I get my shot? I drink a cup, then to the stand I go. I start to toast to the light of day. I pray and pray this is the day. Then I looked up to see him on the way. Suddenly he's there below. Now it's up to me and my bow. The camera's rolling now.